Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Please everyone tell loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Please tell loudly. It's getting recorded also. Tell loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I pay my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. I express all my gratitudes and make many praises to Srila Prabhupada for giving us golden opportunity to go back to Godhead. All goes to Srila Prabhupada for his wonderful devotional services to Srimati Radharani and Lord Gopinath. Please tell loudly. I'm not able to hear it all. Tell loudly. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Hare Krishna, we are doing Bhagavath Katha Tuesday to Friday, live and also offline from 8:30 to 9:30. This Bhagavatam is in 12 cantos. In 10th canto, the pastimes of Krishna during the Dwapara is given. But it's also instructed by Vyasadeva, who is the compiled this Bhagavatam, to go through the Bhagavatam right from the first canto. Like that, we have started with the first canto. In the first canto, we have done 3 chapters. In the first chapter, the Chetas in Naimisharanya, they inquired 6 questions, important things about the Supreme God, to Sutta Goswami, the spiritual master. From second chapter onwards, Sutta Goswami started narrating about the Supreme God's glories. And in third chapter, he told that Krishna, he is the cause of all his incarnations. Our birth, it is not under control. We are just born. It's only due to the blessings of God. But maybe it is due to the relations of our mother and father. But again, we are born only due to the blessings of the Lord, Supreme Lord. Whereas he has incarnated many times, several times, not just Dashavataras 10 times, he has incarnated thousands of times since the creation has taken place. And all his incarnations are according to his will, his sankalpa, his determination. And he has selected his own parents. During Treta Yuga, he selected Kausalya Mata as his mother and Dasratha as his father. And in Dwapara Yuga, he selected Devaki Devi and Vasudeva as his father and mother. But then he was adopted by Ashoda and Nandama. That also he has decided. Because as soon as he manifested before Devaki in the prison, he instructed Vasudeva and Devaki to transfer him to Yashoda Golaka Vrindavana, Nandigrama, in Yashoda residence, and bring the girl child over here. Like that, he has selected his own parents. During Narsingha Avatara, he made the pillar as his mother. And in Matsya Avatara, a fish whom has taken birth. Like that, he was the cause of causes. All this is why we need to know the glories of God. See, in our life, our ultimate goal is to go back to Godhead. That is, we need to reach at least to the nearest place of the Goloka Vrindavana. But otherwise, what we are doing is we are hankering about the happiness available in this nature, in this world. And this happiness is very temporary. When we get it, we feel very happy. When we don't get it, we have the sufferings. But it should not be like that. Even if you don't get that happiness, what to decide if you don't get it, you should be satisfied with whatever you have got it or not got it. Like that. But otherwise, what is your responsibility as a human being? As taking birth as a human being, you need to fulfill all your responsibilities. You have to do your duty, that karma is, you have to perform. You have to fight for your right. You should fight for your right. That is your duty. Because in Mahabharata, it was not necessary for Dharmaraja to become king. He said, I don't want all this killings and other things. I don't want to fight. I'll go to rather I'll prefer forest. But Krishna said, that is not your dharma. Your karma you have to fulfill. You are doing your duty as a king, protecting all others and taking everybody in righteous path. So for that one he had to fight. So like that, even in our life's struggle for our existence, when we have a right, that also according to dharma, righteous path, you need to fight for it. But otherwise, our ultimate goal is going back to Godhead, Krishna Paramatma. There are 84 lakh different living beings. I am not telling the population, different living beings, right from ant to Chaturmukha Brahma. We do not know how many times we have taken, how many lakhs of times we have taken those birds, whether it's an ant, mosquito, pig, or something else, dog, cat, anything. That also not one time, many times, many lakhs of times. We remember all those things when we are in the mother's womb at the age, from the time of the 5th month's pregnancy. We also see the God during that time. We make promises also to Him that we will live as human beings in righteous path. But as soon as we are delivered, we forget getting attracted to this nature. So, like that, in 3rd chapter, Bhagavatam, Krishna was the cause of incarnations. All those were narrated again, almost many of them. All cannot be narrated because millions and trillions of years before this creation was done. So nobody knows about all his incarnations. Vyasadeva was the incarnation of Krishna himself. He has narrated many of Krishna's incarnations. In the 3rd chapter, that was narrated everything in short. Now, here in the 4th, we are doing the 4th chapter, beginning this 4th chapter today. It is Vyasa tells now. I shall repeat this verse slowly. Along with me, you please loudly repeat and I'll give the narration later. Vyasa Vacha Iti Bruvanam. Please tell repeatedly, loudly. Iti Bruvanam Samsuya Muninam Dirga Satrinam Vruddha Kula Pati Sutam Bavarcha Saunako Abravit Iti Dhruvanam Satrinam Muninam Dirga Satrinam Vidha Kula Patihi Sutam Bavarcha Saunako Abravit Iti Dhruvanam Samatuya Muninam Dirga Satrinam Vruddha Kulapatihi Sutam Bhavarcha Saunako Abravit Iti Brvanam Samastuya Muninam Dirga Satrinam Vruddha Kulapati Sutam Bhavarcha Saunako Abravit. The word-to-word meaning of this verse is Vyasaha. Vyasa means Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva, he is the incarnation of God himself. Krishna himself, he has taken his incarnation during Dwapara Yuga when Krishna has also incarnated. Uvacha. Uvacha means said. Vyasa Bhagavan has said. Itihi, thus. Dhruvanam, speaking, he has spoken about. Samastuya, congratulating. Munina, of the great sages. Dirgaha, prolonged. Satrina, of those who engage in the performance of sacrifice. Vruddhaha, elderly, Kulapati, head of the assembly, Sutam unto Goswami, Sudha Goswami, Bahu Rachaha, learned, Savanakaha, of the name Savanaka, abbreviate, address. This Sudha Maharshi, he has addressed this Bhagavatam narration to Savanaka Munis, who have raised many questions in the Naimisharanya. On hearing Sudha Goswami speak thus, Savanaka Muni, who was the elderly learned leader of all the rishis, engaged in that prolonged sacrificial ceremony, congratulated Sudha Goswami by addressing him as follows. See this prolonged sacrifices, this is not as known as it will go on for 12 years, yajna. This yajna will go on 12 years and no one can sit 12 years continuously. Like that, what happens? The person who starts beginning, when some other equal to him comes, he will hand over that place to him and he can go. Like that, it will without any break, that sacrifice will be going on for 12 years. Like this was a prolonged sacrifice, and in the Naimisharanya, this Sutta Goswami was narrating this Bhagavatam and other Puranas to the sages in the Muni forest. In a meeting of learned men, when there are congratulations or addresses for the speaker, the qualifications of the congratulations should be as follows. See, there again an elderly person who is having full knowledge and who has the, he is only qualified to extend the congratulations to the speaker. He must be leader of the house and an elderly man. In the assembly, we have one speaker. When even the Prime Minister or President they address, not President, Prime Minister addresses in the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, he addresses, oh my speaker, he addresses the speaker, he will never address to the members, he will address to the only speaker. Similarly, there a leader should be there who can address to the speaker. And he should congratulate Sutta Goswami when he expressed his desire to present Sri Bhagavatam exactly as he heard from the Sukadeva Goswami. This Bhagavatam, it was compiled by Vedavyas Bhagavan. After writing the Mahabharata epic, he felt otherwise some torture in the mind, because Mahabharata, it is a Panchama Veda, but it contains lot of adharma also, as well as lot of violence is there, so many killings, so many wrong doings are there. So mentally he was upset. When Vyasa was upset, Narada Maharshi advised him to compile Sri Madhbhavatam about the incarnations of the Supreme God. Then he was felt happy, and he has compiled this Bhagavatam, which comprises of 18,000 slokas in 12 cantos. If anybody is not understanding in English, you please tell me, I can narrate in Hindi or Telugu also. So, when he has written in this 12 cantos, his wife was pregnant. And generally, we are there in a mother's womb for only 9 months. After 9 months, we are delivered or they cut open through cesarean operation. But whereas Sukadeva, the son of Vyasadeva, he was there in mother's womb for 16 years. 16 hours अपने माता जी के गर्भ में था. And all the like Krishna imparted the how to enter into the Padma Vivaha when Abhimanyu was in the womb of Subhadra. Similarly, when Sukadeva, when his son was there in the womb of his wife, Vyasadeva has imparted all the Vedas, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, everything to Sutta Goswami during his 16 years residing in the womb of his wife, that is mother, Sukadeva's mother. As soon as he was delivered, because he was had full knowledge, he had full knowledge of the Supreme God as well as knows about this world. He was not attracted by this world at all. As soon as he delivered, you know how we will be at the time of birth. We don't have any clothes at all. Even similarly, he was just taken birth as a 16 years boy. At that time he had no clothes, but maybe he covered with a lion cloth for his genitals. Just he prayed to his parents and he went away. He never stayed with his parents. Otherwise, Vyasa Bhagavan, being himself Supreme God, when Sukadeva was going away like that, he felt, he had tears in his eyes that his son is not staying with him. But otherwise, Sukadeva Swami just went away, and this was almost the same time when Pandavas crowned Parikshit as the king, and they left for Swargarohana. And Parikshit also, he was cursed by a sage son, because he hanged a snake around that sage. So he would die in 7 days, within 7 days. So Parikshit was thinking what to do in these 7 days. He called his son Janamejaya, crowned him as king, and he wanted to think about only God. And just exactly at that time, Sukadeva Goswami, he as soon as he took the birth, he just arrived over there, and he narrated the Bhagavatam to all the 18,000 slikas without feeling thirst or hunger, both Sukadeva Goswami as well as Parikshit Maharaj. Along with them, there were so many other devotees were there, like his ministers, immediate ministers, other people there. Even they were all sitting and they were understanding. Here, I had to make you read this verse 3 times, and I had to read and again narrate you like that. But otherwise, in those days, all those people were learned people, Sanskrit. They know the Sanskrit language. Just Sukadeva Swami was just reciting these slokas, and Parikshit Maharaja was understanding everything like that. So, he expressed his desire, present Srimad Bhagavatam exactly as he heard it from Sukadeva Swami. This Suta Maharshi is the disciple, is the student of Sukadeva Goswami. When this Bhagavatam was narrated to Parikshit Maharaja, even Suta Goswami was also along with him. So he also heard this, the Bhagavatam, the entire Bhagavatam, and he, whatever Sukadeva Goswami, spiritual master, has told him, important, same thing he has narrated exactly without changing anything. Nowadays, see, in these temples like ISKCON and so many other temples are there, we don't, it is all free. But there are so many other fake Swamis are there. What they do is, for the purpose of earnings, they twist the story. They twist the story to attract the devotees. It's not that they are telling the real stories. They twist the stories, they make all narrations according to their own taste and devotees' taste to make them happy. When their devotees are happy, they give the money, contribute, they donate money as they wish. So, like that they happen. So, when you hear Bhagavatam, you need to take from an authorized scripture. Here in ISKCON, we follow the Prabhupada's instructions, which is confirmed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also an incarnation as a devotee. He is the incarnate himself. So, all these things, Bhagavatam, everything, you need to understand from a spiritual master or his disciple or successor. Like that, because Sukadeva Goswami was the authorized disciple of Sukadeva Swami, he recited the same Bhagavatam which he heard from his master. Personal relation does not mean that one should, out of vanity, attempt to show one's own learning by trying to surpass the previous Acharya. This one you can also do. You can just buy some books in the bookstore. Either here or in the market, there are different editions are there. But again, those editions I don't confirm, because I myself have gone through those powers, because for me to, before preaching it to others, I should know what others have said. I have gone through other 3-4 different authors' publications, but I find this is only reliable. There are no changes. This Bhagavatam is as told by the Sutta Goswami and Sukadeva Goswami. So we can rely only this thing, but and that also, if you hear in satsang, you will be able to understand, because all these verses, they also have hidden understandings. Yesterday in Ramayana, there was one sloka in which that Shurpanaka was blaming Sita Mata. He was telling that Sita Mata is her form is not, she is not beauty, and she's not good, does not have a good character, so many things she has narrated. Same thing, Lakshmana, after when he cut off her ears and eyes, again he also praised the same verse he narrated, but the same was in the praise of Sita Mata. That was the hidden meaning of the sloka, which Lakshmana has accepted, everyone has to accept. So in Sanskrit, to understand, you need a lot of concentration. You can read, but you need not by heart it. You can't by heart also. If you by heart also, you don't understand until unless you hear from a source. And personal devotion does not mean that one should have, out of vanity, attempt to show one's own learning by trying to surpass the previous acharya. He must have full confidence in the previous acharya, and at the same time he must realize the subject matter so nicely that he can present the matter for the particular circumstances in suitable manner. Language might change. Me telling, because I might be poor in English, or you might be very highly learned. Your language, English language might be very better than me. Language is not important. Meaning should never change. Meaning should never change. That is the important. The original purpose of the text must be maintained. That is what here they say. Whatever you tell, text should not be meaning should not be changed. And it should be presented in the interesting manner for the understanding of the audience. This is called realization. The leader of the assembly, Saunaka, because he was the elderly person over there, could estimate the value of the speaker, Sutta Goswami. He was one of the listener only. But among the listeners, he is the elderly person and is qualified. So he understood how the Sutta Goswami has explained. Simply by his uttering Eta Diitam and Eta Mati, and therefore he was very glad to congratulate him expressively. That means he has explained the Bhagavatam exactly as it was told by Sutta Goswami without changing any meaning. And congratulated him in ecstasy. No learned man should be willing to hear a person who does not represent the original Acharya. So the speaker and the audience were bona fide in this meeting where Bhagavatam was being recited for the second time. See, one should have been initiated by an Acharya. Like that, I am already initiated. My Acharya is Chinnajaya Swami. He belongs to Ramanujaya Sampradaya. I am initiated under Ramanujaya Sampradaya. But there is no difference between this Madhvacharya, Gaudiya Sampradaya, and there is a very small, slight variations in the worshipping of God. Otherwise, in the understanding of all these literatures, there is no differences or major difference is not there. That is the reason why the temple has permitted me to preach the Bhagavatam here. So the speaker and the audience were bona fide in this meeting. There in that meeting, even Saunaka Muni and his associates were also authorized people. They were pure devotees of Krishna. They can understand Krishna easily. And Sutta Goswami was the authorized speaker. And so the speaker and audience were bona fide in this meeting where Bhagavatam was recited for the second time. This was the second time. Why? First time already Sukadeva Swami recited this Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaja. And this is the second time when Sukadeva Swami is reciting it to the other rishis in the Naimisharanya. That should be the standard of recitation of Bhagavatam so that the real purpose can be served without difficulty. And unless this situation is created, Bhagavatam recitation for extraneous purposes is useless labor, both for the speaker and for the audience. See, as I told you earlier, there are so many people, they, for the purpose of making money, they change the complete narration, and they, to attract the devotees, they conveniently make the story fit for their hearing. Now, since we have time, we shall go into the second verse. As we repeated, I shall repeat the verse three times. Please tell loudly. Don't just murmur within yourself. Tell loudly. This is also on live, so that everybody, audience who are looking on live, they can also hear you chanting. Saunaka Uvacha, Suta Suta. Loudly please. Suta Suta. Mahabhaga. Vada. No. Vadata. Vara. Katam. Bhagavatim. Punyam. Ida. Aha. Bhagavan. Chukaha. Suta Suta. Mahabhaga. Vada. No Vadata. Vara. Katam. Bhagavati. Punya. Yad Aha. Bhagavan. Chukaha. Suta Suta. Mahabhaga. Vadano Vadatam. Vara. Katam Bhagavati. Punya. Yada Aha. Bhagavan Chukaha. Suta Suta Mahabhaga. Vadano Vadatam Vara. Katam Bhagavatim. Punyam Yada Aha. Bhagavan Chukaha. This is Saunaka. Saunaka means Saunaka Muni. Uvacha. Uvacha means said. Suta Suta. Oh, Suta Goswami. Mahabhaga, the most fortunate. Vada, please speak. Naha, unto us. Vadata, oh, of those who can speak. Vara, respected. Katam, message. Bhagavatim, of the Bhagavatam. Punyam, pious. Yet, which. Aha, said. Bhagavan, great, powerful. Sukaha, Sri Sukadeva Goswami. See, Sukadeva Swami Goswami was very fortunate to sit on the Vyasasana. This is called as Vyasasana. Like that, even I am also fortunate to sit here and tell. Like that, whatever you hear, if you recite it to somebody or elderly persons, and of course, elderly persons, they may not come over here because of old age or some other inconvenience. And even your children, if you have children, even children may not come. I think you people are young, you might be going to some colleges. So, even our lifespan in this Kali Yuga is very short. So it's just 100 years, and this 100 years is also not guaranteed. He might leave this world anytime. Krishna Bhagavan has told in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Arjuna questions in Krishna, when, how we are going to take birth and when we are going to leave this world. Krishna says, birth is not in our control and death is also not in our control. We do not know when we disappear from this world. So when it is confirmed by Krishna himself to Arjuna like that, we do not know. So we need to remember Krishna. In the beginning itself I told, our last goal is to go back to Godhead. Otherwise we will be taking birth after birth. After this birth we will take another birth. But may not be human birth. We might take some other birth, or we may go to the Swargaloka also. Again, Swarga is not moksha. Everybody thinks in newspapers you see the ad. Swargastula inaru, Swargas ho gaye bolke batate. Lekin Swargastula means not that they got moksha. They must have gone to some other Pituloka, Sadhuloka, Chandraloka, so many lokas are there. They must have gone there. But once we earn some punya, one pious things, when do good things, pious things, righteous things, when we get punya, that is golden hackles. That is golden hackles. We go to Uttama Lokas and just spend all those punya. We might spend with we are women, we are men, but there we are everybody we are equal. So we might enjoy with Urvashi, Ramma, Menaka, all those things in Devaloka and some Gandharvas, Kinnaras. But after our punya is diminished, we'll fall back again. We'll fall back again and fall back on earth not as human beings. We might, along with punya, we must have done papa also. So we are life. Or we may go to hell also again, like different higher planets, different hell planets are also there. Naraka is not one Naraka, different Narakas are there, but different papas, different punishments are there. But judge will not punish you everyone equally. Some people he gives only 1 week imprisonment, some people only simple events or 1 day, or some life imprisonment or hanging. Different punishments are there. Similarly for our papa also we have different the punishments are there, but accordingly we go to that one. So whatever it is in Mahabharata, day before yesterday I told our Hare Krishna, you can have darshan and continue in the class for some more time. So once we leave this body, what happens is we will be given abhishekam, like we do the abhishekam of the God. You can sit and have darshan. You can sit and have darshan. Like we give abhishekam, do the abhishekam to the God. Our once we leave this body, our body will be bathed in Vaitarni Nadi, that is there near Odisha. There it will be done. There we get a different body suitable to go to moon planet. We don't need rockets or satellites. We go, every living being, not only beings, whether it is ant or mosquito or whatever, everybody will take a different body, go to moon planet. Based on our karmas, what we have done. If you are going to Devendra Loka, you get a body suitable for Devendra Loka. If you are going to Pitru Loka, suitable to Pitru Loka. If you go to Naraka, that one. Or whatever bodies. So like that we get there. So we don't need any satellites or rockets to go to other planets. Yesterday in Mahabharata I told Romarsha Maharshi, he went to Indraloka. He saw Arjuna sitting along with Devendra in his throne. He came back and he narrated all those things, gave the Indra has sent a message to Dharmaraja. He came with message and he was on pilgrimage with other remaining Pandavas here, like that. So, whenever in this translation, Sudha Goswami, you are the most fortunate and respected of all those who can speak and recite. Like that one, Saunaka Maharshi is praising him. Please relate the pious message of Srimad Bhagavatam, which was spoken by the great, powerful sage Sukadeva Goswami. He is praying to him. So, Sukadeva Goswami is twice addressed herein by Saunaka Goswami out of great joy, because he and the members of assembly were eager to hear the text of Bhagavatam uttered by Sukadeva Goswami. That means these Saunaka Munis have already heard the Bhagavatam from somewhere else, and they were very happy to hear that Bhagavatam, and they want to hear through the mouth of Sudha Goswami, because he can recite it more sweetly and present the Bhagavatam before them very nicely. They were not interested in hearing it from the bogus person who could interpret in his own way to suit his own purpose. Generally, the so-called Bhagavatam reciters are either professional readers or so-called learned impersonalists. I need not repeat, there are so many people, they twist according to the requirement of the devotees for their earnings, for the earnings of the reciter, but for attracting the devotees they change it. I am not telling on my own, even the Bhagavatam it is given. That's the reason I have told you, they do that. They are not interested in hearing it from the bogus person. Bhagavatam reciters are either professional readers or so-called learned impersonalists who cannot enter into the transcendental personal activities of Supreme Person. Such impersonalists twist some meanings out of Bhagavatam to suit and support impersonalist views, and the professional readers at once go to the 10th to misexplain the most confidential part of Lord's pastimes. See, in the 10th canto, we are only in the first canto, 4th chapter. 10th canto, it will take lot of time, many years, not immediately also. It takes, because 18,000 verses are there. 18,000 verses means by the time we come to 10th canto, it may be some 14 or 15,000 verses. So it will take a few years to reach that place. So, because every day we are doing only 1 or 2 verses, you can calculate how much time it needs. Because Krishna's pastime, again Krishna's pastime, in Bhagavatam, what I am telling about Krishna is Krishna who is there in Goloka Vrindavana along with Radhani. This Krishna is also the same, but he is incarnation of that Krishna during Dwapara Yuga. There are many incarnations of Supreme God. Please everybody sit down, please. It will take some more time, please sit down. सभी बैठिए. यदि आपको इंग्लिश समझ में नहीं आएंगे, मैं आपको हिंदी में या तेलुगु में समझाता हूँ. आप प्रेस करने से ही समझाता हूँ. अदरवाइज आई बी कंटिन्यू ओनली इन इंग्लिश. If anybody does not understand, please let me know. तो भगवान ने बहुत से अवतार लिए हैं. वो सभी अवतार इस भागवतम में they have narrated everything in this thing. And the Dwapara Yuga, the Krishna is also same Krishna. In earlier, in Matsya Avatara, it was only Amsha Avatara, part of his portion. Again, this Vyasa Bhagwan incarnation is Amsha Avatara. Parashurama Avatara is Avesha Avatara. Rama Avatara is a Purna Avatara. Purna Avatara means he has not come with all his weapons. He has come only as a human being. In the normal, like our normal birth in mother's womb, he has come in normal womb of Kausalya, but he was there for 12 months. That's the reason he is known as Purnagarbha. And he has not exhibited any of his transcendental activities because Ravana to be killed as a human being. He cannot kill me by God. So he never exhibited anything, and he has taken all the divine weapons given by, because when we go out of house, we keep everything in the bank locker and go for our safety. Similarly, God has kept all his divine weapons with Indra, Shiva, everybody there, and he has taken his incarnated as Rama. When those were required, Agastya Maharshi has given those weapons, taking from Indra. And also Rama has just remembered Shiva. Everybody thinks he was meditated upon Shiva, so Shiva is great. Nothing like that. If I want to take something from you, I need to call you. Otherwise, how can? So similarly, Rama has called Shiva by chanting his name. When he came, he has taken the weapons. So like that he has done. And during Dwapara Yuga, Krishna has exhibited his Leela, all his transcendental Leela, pastimes. उसका सभी लीला ने उन्होंने बताया था कि उनके बाल चेष्टा में बता दिए. When he has opened his mouth, he shown all the universes to his Yashoda Mata. He thought she would question, he would explain. She never questioned, she took it as it's a blessing of God, he thought. He never knew that he's God. Like that, again, when he danced with all the gopis, he was there with every gopi. They were enjoyed him, but they never questioned, who are you? When he lifted Govardhangiri and when they offered Naivedyam, he accepted all around the Govardhangiri. No one questioned how he has accepted. Only when Arjuna questions Krishna during war, first day of war, oh Krishna, all my acharyas, parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, children, everybody are here. Sorry, not sisters, brothers, friends, relatives are there. How can I kill? If I start using my arrow, no one will live. And killing them, I will go to Naraka. When he raised that question, Krishna has narrated the entire Bhagavad Gita, making Arjuna as Nimitta. Only for the benefit of, not for the purpose of Arjuna, for the benefit of us in Kali Yuga. Because this Kali Yuga, lot of adharma is there. They say it is 75% adharma and 25% dharma. But as per Shastra, but I feel it is 99% adharma is there. Maybe only 1% dharma is prevailing here and there. So Krishna Bhagavan has sung the song. That is the reason Bhagavad Gita means Bhagavan. Gita means song. So that is the reason it is known as Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna has sung the song. We need to follow his instructions given in Bhagavad Gita, just with the ultimate goal to go back to Godhead. Otherwise, we will be doing all these wrong things and taking birth after birth. किसी पशु पक्षी वृक्ष के जन्म भी लेते हैं. We do not know which type of life it takes. To avoid that one, that means you can't. I am not asking you to renunciate your life and sit in the temple or in some ashrama. Nothing like that. You need to, as a grihastha, householder, you need to perform your duties, responsibilities. For whose purpose? Not for your purpose. Again, if you do it for your purpose, that is selfish. You do it for your family, for your elderly parents, your children, that is to that extent okay. Again, in the larger interest, to the society, to the city, to the world itself. We all belong to Vasudhaiva Kutumba. We are all the children of God. At home we have different parents. In this Ihaloka, in this materialistic world, we have different parents. But for us, He is the Adi Pita, he is the Adi Mata, he is the Adi Guru, he is the first friend, he is the first relative, he is everything. He has different types, 9 types of different relationships, and even 9 types of different worship is there. Like Archanam, chanting, meditation, different type of worship. Whatever, all are equally good. I don't say this is superior and the other is less. All are superior, all relationships. Yashoda Mata and Devaki Devi, Kausalya, they thought Krishna is their son. That is Putra relationship, son and relationship. Somebody feels that is his father, like that. So like that, we have different this thing. All these things you can understand in Bhagavatam. So they were not hearing anybody. They want only from Sudha Goswami. They otherwise professional leaders at once go to the 10th canto to misexplain the most confident part. I went only for just few minutes to tell you about that Krishna's incarnation is the same incarnation here that is mentioned in 10th canto. But I don't want to go into detail of those things. When we come into the 10th canto, here and there I might illustrate. For illustration purpose, doing that is different. But only just going through that 10th canto is wrong. So many people just, some people they conduct Bhagavad Saptaha, 7 days. Because why that Bhagavad Saptaha is done? It's nothing bad, it's good only. Because Parikshit Maharaja heard the entire Bhagavatam in 7 days. So they call it as Bhagavad Saptaha, but in that Saptaha they only listen to the 10th canto about that also not complete. Every day one sloka, one or two slokas in 7 days. How many slokas you can talk about? Maybe some 15-20 slokas you can talk about. But there are thousands of slokas in 10th canto. So like that we should not get into the 10th canto. Neither of these reciters are bona fide persons to recite Bhagavatam. Only one who is prepared to represent Bhagavatam in the light of Sukadeva Goswami, and only those who are prepared to hear Sukadeva Goswami and his representative are bona fide participants in the transcendental discussion of Bhagavatam. Like this, we shall continue this Bhagavatam from every Tuesday to Friday between 8:30 and 9:30. Please try to participate regularly so that here also finish the narration of this Bhagavatam. But some more time we have, I will tell you in general. Why we need to remember God is, like earlier I told, right from the 5th month's pregnancy we know what type of birth we have taken earlier, and we have seen the God also in the womb of our mother. We have made promises, but as soon as we are delivered, we are attracted to this nature, we forget God. Again, at the end of our life, God is going to give not 4 months time. There he has given 4 months time in the mother's womb. Whereas in the last this thing he gives only few seconds, maybe 3 seconds, 4 seconds, I do not know. I will be knowing only when I go. So only few seconds he will give. At that time, if you remember Krishna, you are qualified for liberation. I am telling you, you are qualified. I am not saying that you will be liberated. Because when you write some examinations, whether it is a degree or intermediate, whatever, you get some first rank, second rank, you get distinction, all those things. Based on that one, you get your job or next study this thing. Similarly, in this, supposing if there is any small thing less than what is required for liberation, he will give you another birth. Again, because all through the life you are a Krishna's devotee, he won't give you some animal life. He will give you human life. You will continue where you have stopped for achieving that qualification. You will achieve that qualification, you will be liberated. But otherwise, if you don't remember Krishna, you are going to take birth after birth. I do not know, it all depends upon the karma. So, for this reason, in the nature, we have 3 different qualities are there. गुणाल हैं, 3 रकाल गुणाल हैं, 3 तरह का गुण है. सात्विक गुण, राजस गुण, तामसिक गुण. Sattvic is intelligence. Intelligence people who they take only sattvic ahara, even food, time, everything, not only gunas. Time is also like that, sattvika, rasa, tamasa. Even food is also like that. So, if an intelligent person takes only, during the intelligent time, he takes a limited quantity of food, only one time in a day, but today we can't take one time a day because many people are diabetic, prone to diabetic, BP and all those things. Diabetic people, every couple of hours they have to take small little quantity food. But Otherwise, in the entire day, how you need to maintain your body is, you need to take only 60% of requirement in the form of liquids, like soups, fruit juices, rasam, sambar, something liquid food, like even rice, soft rice, all this is come under this thing, semi-soft this thing, they come under liquids. And remaining 20% in the form of solids. Solids you can take. That also satvika items. And remaining 20%, you please leave it empty. You have to leave it empty. But what we do today, there are so many kinds of foods have come. So many burgers, pizzas, so many other, and for other people who have other faith, those halim, kalim, all those things are there. They, instead of 100%, they take 200%. They have 200%, and immediately they take some digestive medicines, Pantop, and so many tablets are there. Otherwise, they go and get admitted in hospitals. So that it happens. So we have to take limited this thing, only 60% liquids, 20% solids, 20% should be vacant, like that. And when you follow Shuddha Satvika, in Brahmi Murta, God will never sleep. In the temple, even at my home, I wake up at 3:30. That is the Vibhavari time, Suprabhata time. We in Tirupati, Balaji also, they wake him up. Sometimes they wake him at 2 o'clock. But do you think that God will sleep? God, Bhagwan so jayenge kya neend aa jaye, neend mein he can't sleep. Even if he sleeps for a second of it, the entire creation is gone, is annihilated. He will never sleep. Because Brahma is, it's a Brahma's day, we are all living. Brahma will sleep for one kalpa, that is 1000 Chaturyugas. Each Chaturyuga is 43,20,000 years, into 1000 makes one kalpa. Now it is Brahma's daytime. For God there is no, because in this Brahmanda, this one kalpa must be day. But there are so many different crores of Brahmandas are. Again, he has to take care of so many Brahmandas. So he can never sleep at all. So this, what is Vibhavari Seva or Suprabhata Seva? When you wake up in the morning, you pray to him, oh God, now the sun is going to rise, the entire day, let me be convenient to my, fulfill my desires, whether it is materialistic or for reaching you, for everything. You can express your desires before him. Please keep me happy throughout the day. Again, during the night, in Ekanta Seva will be there. Here, temple close at 9:30 also. In Tirupati, somewhere they close around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. They wake him at 2 o'clock. Only 2 hours sleep for God. Like that, for us also only 2 hours deep sleep is sufficient. Why I am telling you is, between 1:30 to 3:30, that deep sleep, without even dream. Without dream also, that sleep is the most required thing. Beyond that one, you need not sleep. Whatever you sleep before that or after that one, you will be dreaming, you are thinking about that in the dreams. So, like that, you have to maintain yourself from Nidra also, limited food, limited sleep, and health, you have to maintain good health for the purpose of these things. Like that, and 4 types you have to remember God. One is, in this Kali Yuga, you don't have time to worship God. We have very little time, so Krishna has incarnated as devotee, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, about 600 to 700 years ago. And he has given this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which has no regulation. You can chant this Mahamantra any time, any day, 365 days into your lifetime. Like these Prabhus who are having chanting beads, whether in the bag or like this openly, there is no rules and regulation that it contains 108 beads. You chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 108 times. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has instructed is 64 rounds in a day. Maybe at present time may not be possible because for excuse me, not for the people who are going away, please forgive me, I am not blaming anybody, but I am telling we need that 8 hours working time. We have to reach our workplace or study place on time. Otherwise, we can't earn for our living. So, we may not be able to chant 64 times at a go. So, at least one round you can chant at home or in temple if it is convenient. And remaining time, if it is possible, you chant on beats. If it is not convenient, without beats also, while bathing, while eating, while sleeping, before sleeping, waking up, while driving, while traveling in bus, train, flight, anywhere you can chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and like that, it might be more than 64 rounds also, because you don't count it, it might be more than that. This is one type of remembering God. The other one is, when you go home, your elderly parents are there. If you are married and have children, even children should be trained right from the 3 years or 4 years child when they start speaking. Train them remembering God. And when you speak to your children, friends or relatives, instead of talking to them some gossip, unnecessary gossip, you talk about the glories of the God. Like that you can remember. And third one, you in the society or anywhere, you don't harm anyone or don't hurt anyone. In every day I tell these things, because every day I see new devotees, I need to explain them. You don't hurt anyone, any person. Don't cheat anyone. You be true. I am not telling only to human beings, even to all living beings. To all living beings, because Paramatma is there in every living being. So you have to, thinking that Paramatma is there, everybody is like God, you should treat everybody equally. When you do prepare some food at home, take a palm full of food, take it out, place it outside, so that either some dog or birds, some worms, they come and have this thing. Because they also come in search of food. What we do when some ants come, just we throw some water and boom it out like that. Instead of that, we put their food, it will take away and go away. It will carry food and go away. Like that. If some beggar comes, whether it is yesterday's night left out food or fresh food, whatever it is, whichever is convenient, share something. If some guest comes, please feed him. Like that. You should never eat yourself giving to others. That is selfish. It becomes a selfish thing. That's the reason you give it whatever little is possible. I'm not saying whatever you prepare, give everything. Whatever little is possible, like that you be in right and be honest and truthful. Don't harm anyone. Don't harm anyone. When you come to the temple or worship in the home, when you pray to the God, you say Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Not Loka Samasta Sukhino. I don't say Loka Samasta. Say Samasta Loka, because there are many universes. And in all universes, different living beings are there. We can't see these eyes. We need divine eyes. Divine eyes we can see, but we can't see them. So, if all creatures are good, prospering, you are one among them. God will automatically take care of you. Specifically, you will not desire. If specifically you desire, that is not wrong, but it's a selfish motto. With selfishness you are desiring. Don't desire. When you don't desire, He will automatically give you that opportunity. He knows what to give and when to give, what to give. So, accordingly, like that. So, every day, please try to remember God, meditate upon Him. Why you are doing all these things is, you do your karma. If you are going to become doctor, as a doctor, you treat the patients. You can take fees from them also. If somebody, very poor person comes, you might have to pay him for his medicines and some services. It's not that everybody has to pay. Who is a rich man, please take. Because today medical professional course, it's running into crores. I never ask you to do free. How can we do free? Until unless we make crores of rupees fees. So you do some free service also without this thing, demanding. Like that, you should be doing that one. If you are lawyer, you do your job professionally for the honesty, not for the success of truth, not for supporting so many people who are just behind bars today. I need not name them. You know, so many people are behind bars. So many are going to go further in future. For them, you need not support. As a lawyer, as an engineer, please do proper constructions, or if it is civil, mechanical, or some computer, whatever you are doing, you do it in a proper way so that everything goes. But all these things you say, oh Krishna, I am doing all these services for the purpose of your service. You think whatever service you are doing, it is service of God, because He has created all the universes. He has created all this. He has given intelligence to the human beings. and we are creating so many artificial things. That means creation is continuing in the different form. So thinking that we are continuing in the creation, helping Krishna, you say, oh Krishna, I am doing this service as a service to you. Like that, you remember him, like that also. And do not hurt anyone, desire for everybody's prosperity. Like that. We shall chant his name for 10 times and disperse for today. And again we shall meet on Tuesday. That is our New Year will come on that day. Remember his name first. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Please tell loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Swasti Prabhya Prayantyam Nyayena Margena Mahimeshaha Gobhashubastu Nityam Samasta Loka Sukino Bhavantu Kayena Vacha Manasendrivya Buddhyatpate Swabhavat Karomi Yajyat Prasmai Naranati Sarpayami Srimannar Sarpami Sarvam Sri Krishna Vastu Mangalam Nirajita Mangalam Samasta Loka Sukino Bhavantu Kayena Vacha Manasendrivya Krishna Vastu. जय श्री राधा रघुनाथ की, जय श्री जगन्नाथ बल्लभ सुब्रमण्य की, जय श्री नरसिंह भगवान की, जय श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की, जय श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, जय श्री पंचतत्वा की, जय श्री श्री मध्वानंद ग्रंथ की, जय श्री हरेश महंत की, जय प्रभुपाद की. हरे कृष्ण.